Assalamu alaikum. My name is Fasiullah Khan, and my presentation topic is emotional intelligence factor. So basically, we need to know first. Before we need to know what is emotional intelligence, we can say that we have all have different personalities, different perceptions, and different emotions, and different needs and different wants. So if you hope to succeed in life, we need to navigate through this, and all it takes tactics and cleverness with sharpness. This is where emotional intelligence becomes important. Emotional intelligence is important to communicate effectively, emphasize with others, overcome the challenges, and diffuse the conflicts. It's also known as emotional quotient. It's the ability to identify, manage one's emotions as well as influence the emotions of those around you and to discriminate among them. It impacts many different aspects of your daily life and as well as such as the way do you behave, the way do you react to others, the interact to others. It's the distinct combination of emotional skills and the competencies that influence our overall capability. It's people with a high degree of emotional intelligence know what they are feeling, what their emotions means, and how these emotions can affect others. It's to reflect and regulate emotions in a way that promote emotional and intellectual growth. So you can define it's in detail. It can be said it's the ability to manage your own emotions and those people around you. It refers to perceiving, controlling, and evaluating emotions. Having a high level of emotional intelligence allows you to emphasize others and communicate effectively and be both self and socially aware. Next, we got the branches of emotional intelligence. Perceiving, first, we have perceiving emotions, then we got using emotions, then third one is understanding emotions, and the managing emotions. All are important. All are important in understanding this emotional intelligence topic. So perceiving or perception of emotions. Perception of emotions refers to the people's capacity to understand the emotions, identify the emotions in themselves and others using facial expressions, body language, tone of voice. Those who are skilled in the perception of emotions are able to express emotions, uh, communicate emotionally accordingly, and communicate emotional needs. Then the next one is using emotions to facilitate thoughts. Using means you can use using your emotions to enhance and adapt adaptability. It's defined with can you define it basically it's adaptability of your adaptation. Using emotions to enhance the cognitive activities and adapt to various situations. People with who are skilled in their area understand that someone emotional states are more practical for targeted outcomes, are more optimal for target outcomes than others. It's the capacity and it's the ability of emotion to guide the cognitive system and promote the thinking and help direct thinking towards matters and that are truly important. Then we got understanding. Understanding emotions is very important. Understanding in life is very important. First, we need to know this. The emotions that we perceive can carry a wide variety of meanings. If someone is expressing you are angrily, the observer must interpret the cause of the person's angerness and what it could mean. You need to understand. can be positive and it can be negative. And the last one is that managing emotions. Managing emotions basically the skill to manage, the ability to manage emotions effectively is a crucial part of emotional intelligence and the highest level as well. Regulating emotions and responding appropriately as well as responding to the emotions of others are all important aspects of emotional management. Moving on to the next slide, we have components of emotional intelligence. Number one, self regulation. Number two, self awareness. Number three, motivation. Number four, empathy. Number five, social skills. Starting with self awareness. Self awareness, by definition, is described as the ability to understand. It's not to only understand your strength and weakness, but also recognize your emotions and the effect that you have on you and your team's performance or other. I mean others. You can assess your self awareness by comparing a 360-degree feedback, which evaluates your performance. Self awareness is about knowing, recognizing, understanding your own emotions, and understanding why, what are you feeling, and why, as well as appreciating how they affect those around you. Individual person with high emotional intelligence is not only aware of their what emotions they are feeling, but can put words to their feelings. They can also understand the consequences of the emotions and how they manage and shift over time. Ability the it's also defined as understanding of your own emotions, moods, and enables you us to sustain over behavior over time despite setbacks. Moving on to the next slide, self-regulation. Self-regulation is by definition is this the ability to control one's own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. The ability to control one's impulses, the ability to think before you speak and then react, the ability to express yourself appropriately. If someone is screaming at you, you you know that they are not always angry at you. You have the ability to understand that they must be angry at a particular situation and feel that they need to take it out on someone. So you don't need to be take personally and reply angrily. The is also managing is always treat others with respect and try to stay in control. An individual with grow good awareness of their own emotions can better manage their emotions and behaviors that come along with them. We can improve self-regulations, but it requires mindfulness tests and practicing mindfulness and developing healthy coping mechanisms. Next slide, motivation. Motivation is also important in your life. In any motivation is required to start anything, any work. Motivation is the drive to achieve one's goal and aspirations. It's the process that stimulates and directs someone towards achieving their goal. A person with low motivation may discourage easily by some any obstacle or any given, but with the comparing with the high motivation, realize when the one realizes that the award of their personal goal is worth the time and the effort they spend getting there, and even they face this obstacle. Motivation is all about optimism, resilience, and finding the positive in situation, even or especially those that did not go well. It reflects the amount of energy and persistence that you apply to an activity. It is important because it allows individual to stay focused and committed to their objectives. One who chooses internal motivation driven goals instead of exterior motivation driven goals. Interior motivation driven goals includes the getting earning a college degree or graduation or becoming a healthier person, things that shows self improvement. Exterior motivation driven goals are those that flaunt wealth or status. It is something that this is that goal such as having the newest in the branded car or the branded newest in the branded phone. So then the next we have got empathy. Empathy is the ability, by definition, you can say the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It is the root for caring for others and act of altruism. It refers to how tuned to emotions of others a person is. Someone with a high EI can say EI, emotional intelligence, can accurately identify which emotions another person is feeling. Can tell the difference between the genuine and the fake one. It can be only achieved if the self-awareness is achieved. It allows individuals to connect with others on a deeper level and build stronger relations. You can improve empathy, but it requires active listening to others, trying to think from their perspective. You need to put yourself in someone else's shoe to understand this and see a situation, face a situation from their perspective. Next is social skills. Social skills, by definition, it's your ability to influence, coach, and mentor others and resolve the conflicts effectively. It's the ability to pick up on jokes, the customer services, because maintaining friendships, relationships, and finding common ground with others. Often described as person, pupil person. Those who are social skilled are adept at dealing with others. They are trustworthy team players, good listeners. Also, they are good speakers as well. Being able to interact with others is an important aspect of emotional intelligence. It allows individuals to build many and maintain the positive relationships in both personal and professional life. Communication, social skills very important. You need to be social in today's world. Improving social skills require practicing active listening and give respect to others and developing effective communication skills. And then now moving on to the next slide, we have how ways we can use ways to improve emotional intelligence. Following are the ways that we can work on to improve your emotion. You can work on to improve your emotional intelligence by observing yourself how you react to the people's, do a self meditation, self evaluation test, and examine how you react to painful, stressful situations. Take bigger responsibilities. Examine your actions that will affect others. Try to think with from other perspectives as well. So thank you from my side. Allah Hafiz.